Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am sharing with you guys all the crochet projects that I have worked on in the last week. And if you can't tell, I have one super exciting finish this week. This is my ribbed tank top, which is by For the Frills. I believe she has a YouTube channel as well as her blog, and this is a free pattern I found by her, and the first tank top that I've ever made. I did make a bathing suit cover up that I showed a couple months ago in one of these weekly WIPS videos, but other than that, and other than scarves and hats and stuff like that, this is the first wearable I've ever made. So super excited to have this one done. It's not perfect. I'm going to stand up so you all can see a little bit better. But it was supposed to be sort of cropped. I don't like my stuff too cropped, so I think it is the perfect length. It hits me right here, you know, at the waist area. Here's the back. Let's see if you can see that. So the back is the same as the front, so you make two identical panels and then just stitch together the seam up the straps as well as the sides. I did omit one round of, she did 2 rounds of edging, slip stitch edging. I did stop at 1 round just because these straps were kind of getting, what is the right way to say it? These straps were kind of scrunching up when I added the second round of slip stitches. I tried to I took it out a few times and tried to rework it, and it still just wasn't turning out right, so I just left out the second round, and I am pretty proud of this. I got my sizing right. It is a little bit big here in the armholes, but not too bad, and it definitely isn't really see-through, so that is amazing. The yarn that I used for this is the Yarn Bee Stitch 101 acetate. This is the color salmon, and it has quickly become one of my favorite yarns I've ever worked with. It was great to work with. I really didn't have much issues with splitting or anything like that, and I will definitely be picking up more of this yarn in the future. I think it's great for wearables. It has a really great drape on it, sort of a heaviness to it, but still super light. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm really happy to finally have it done. I was so close to getting it done, and I just had it, you know, waiting for the last few rounds and to seam it up. I had it sitting to the side for way too long, and I was like, no, I'm gonna put my mind to it and finish it, and I'm so glad I did. And I love it. So excited about that. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, that's the most exciting thing, but I do have a couple other exciting things. So the first thing, and I won't spend too long on these because I did put out a Christmas in July video where I shared these with you guys, but the first one is this little Christmas tree, and this came out of the book Kawaii Crochet, and this was really fun to make. And I made it as an ornament. The book didn't do that, but I just thought it would be cute. And then I also made this Peppermint Coaster out of cotton yarn, and this pattern was by the Purple Poncho, so I will link that below as well. And this one is just a little project I made out of some old sachet yarn that I found. And if you go back and watch that Christmas in July video, I will talk you'll hear me talking a little bit more about You'll hear me talking a little bit more about the sachet yarn, but I just thought this would be cute to put a jar candle on, just sort of like as a decorative thing, or to put on my bedside table to put like my ring and my earbuds in. So yeah, I thought this was a good way to use up that sachet yarn. And then the next thing that I worked on quite a bit this week is my son Liam's blanket. He's 4 years old. And this is a C2C mesh stitch blanket, and this is by Daisy Farm Crafts. And I'm to the point now where I am getting ready to start decreasing on one side. This will be a rectangular C2C. If you wanted to do a square one, you would just start decreasing on both sides at the same time. But I am gonna make this be more rectangular, so I'm gonna start decreasing on one side and continue to grow it up a few more inches to make it the rectangle. But I did mess up on this blanket. I forgot to add this darker blue color right here in between the tan and the green. So that was a bummer, but I think I am just going to roll with it. I did not want to frog this whole section here because I didn't realize it until I was already done with that section. So I'm just gonna leave it out right here and then pick up with it again and then leave it out. You know, just have less stripes of this blue and try to make it kind of uniform. So yeah, it's a bummer that that happened, but I think I can still make it work and still look super cute. But if you all haven't done a mesh stitch C2C before, you should definitely check it out. I like it a lot better than the regular C2C stitch. It leaves much smaller holes, and yeah, I really like this. So I think I love the C2C style of making blankets, so I will definitely be using this mesh stitch more in the future. And then the last thing I have to share with you guys is this heart. So I just started this. I only have a few rounds started, but this is with the Bernat Velvet yarn. By the way, the blanket, I use the Forever Fleece Finer yarn, and I love that yarn so much. I've talked about it in several videos, so you should definitely know by now if you've watched a few of my videos that it's one of my favorites. But this is the Bernat Velvet. That is what I'm making the heart out of, and here is what it's supposed to look like. And for her pattern, she used a DK weight cotton yarn and a 2.75 millimeter hook. I am using the Bernat Velvet, which is a size 5, and a 6 millimeter hook, and it is, I didn't know if I'd have to go down a hook size for this, but it actually is working out really well so far. Really tight stitches, so I'm really excited about this. I think it says that her pattern using the DK yarn ended up being 4 inches tall by 4 inches wide. So this one using a much bigger yarn and hook size should be quite a bit bigger. So I'm really excited about this, kind of using it as like a pillow. So yeah, this is super fun. I love velvet yarn, and I have quite a few of these skeins in different colors that I've been wanting to use up. Another thing I want to make for my older son Evan is I think it's called a axolotl or something like that. I'll insert a picture of what a real one looks like here, but I think that they're in like Minecraft or something like that. But they're cute little, they make cute little like stuffed animals. So I'm gonna make him one of those out of some velvet yarn. So you all will probably see that in my next weekly WIPS update. But that is all that I have for you today, sort of short and sweet. I have injured my foot, so I have been laying around and doing quite a bit of crocheting the last couple days, and it looks like I possibly could have several more weeks of not being able to be very active as my foot heals. I got an x-ray and thankfully it wasn't broken, but my doctor thinks it could be like a pulled tendon or something like that. So unfortunately, those can take quite a while to heal. So any prayers you all want to send my way, I would definitely appreciate it. Having 2 young kids, it's hard to not be able to be on your feet very much, and I also really enjoy exercising and stuff, so it's a bummer to not be able to do much of that, but I know it could be much worse, so I'm still very thankful. And the next step is to see a foot specialist and see if I need to have an MRI done or anything like that. And so, yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully it'll get better sooner than expected. So my next update next week should probably have quite a bit in it since I will be having to rest quite a bit. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all the crochet projects that I have worked on in the past week. I would love to hear in the comments below what you all are working on, and I always am interested to hear what other people are crocheting or knitting or really anything in the craft world. I love crafting in general, so definitely leave a comment below of what you're working on. And with all that being said, may God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! So after I filmed all that, I realized that I didn't show you all the other finished objects that I have for this week. So here I am back again before I go and edit this video. But I did finish these coasters that I made that my mom requested for one of her friends. And so I made 6. These are the Mug Nest coasters, by the way. I can't remember the name of the person that had this pattern, but I will definitely link it below. But I made 3 of this smaller sized, and then I made 3 of this size, which is just slightly bigger. I used the Comfy Cotton blend for these coasters, and I can't remember the colorway, and of course no longer have the label, so sorry about that. But I got these on clearance when Lion Brand had a sale a few months ago, and it worked really great for these coasters. So yeah, but I thought about just leaving these out of the video since I already filmed it, but I just thought I'd pop back in and show you these real quick. So officially this time, bye.